rosacea, palsy, and tuberculosis. Guys, check it out, check it out. These rats are the most historically accurate thing at the Renaissance Fair. It's funny. High five. The flaming hoop of doom. Kitten! Sputnik is pissed!
I can't believe this is my job.
Hi, Schrodinger. Go on in, ring that bell. Before he jumps though, I do want to do like a... But before he jumps, I do want... Okay. The flaming hoop of doom.
Thing happened
okay,
at the same time.
I think he's ready to jump through the hoop. Pierogi, come here. Pierogi, wait. Pierogi. And here. And jump through the fire.
gambling their sacrifice by wandering around the castle, unprotected with a killer on the loose seems to be a pretty poor way to repay them.